This is a training video for CDW in regards to the Easy Back dispenser. What we're going to do through this video is to show the correct way to wrap a pallet, to really focus on safety and ergonomics. Then we're going to focus on the specific concern of what's the correct way to wrap the laptops so that they're secure and they don't have any damages. And then finally we're going to show a technique to wrap over the top in case there's some loose, smaller boxes that need to be secured to the pallet. When you start wrapping the pallet, what we would recommend is that you start at the top. I know traditionally a lot of people are used to starting at the bottom and they'll tie the film and the tail to the pallet. We really don't want you to do that because that will force a selector to bend over one extra time, which we don't want. So what we would recommend is that you're going to start at the top. And what you're going to do is you're just going to slide the tail underneath a tag, underneath a box, and then you're just going to unwind it with very little tension. Now for purposes of this video, we're actually using the 18-inch Torque 80, which is the product that CDW is currently using. So this film is what we're using currently on this demo. So once you get past this first corner, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn the knob toward the plus to add tension. And what you're going to do is you're going to grab the unit in one hand and you're going to grab it right in the middle. Notice I'm not grabbing it up here, I'm not grabbing it down here, I want to grab it right about here. This will give you good balance and it will feel very comfortable to every operator. So at this point, you're going to have the magnets almost pointing backwards and you're going to walk forwards at all times. Now the key is to not pull and yank on this on the dispenser. Traditionally when you're wrapping by hand, you will just unwind and then you'll hit the corner and pull it tighter on the corner. Well, that causes the load to be inconsistent. What we prefer is just set the tension to a good tension setting and then you're just going to walk. You don't need to focus on this, you don't need to pull it, you just want to walk. I equate it to pulling a wagon. You just want to get the momentum going, walk, pay attention to where you're going, and you'll have no issues. Now, speed is not an issue. If you prefer to run, you can run. If you want to go real slow, you can go. It's up to each operator. Here's an example of how you can move quickly and you won't tear or rip the film. Okay, so at this point you're going to start going down. We recommend about 4 inches of overlap as you start going down, and it'll look like this. Okay, now this is really important. At this point, if I kept my hand position in this setting, in order to start wrapping lower and lower, I would have to start bending over, and that's what we do not want. What's going to happen is the operator is going to grab the unit and they're going to turn the knob about 3/4 of a turn toward the minus. So you're going to reduce tension slightly. So I turn it 3/4 of a turn. Now, instead of grabbing it like this, which you normally will do when you're wrapping from here to here, you're going to turn your hand over and you're going to grab it like this. And then you're going to put it right at your side, again with the magnets pointing backward, and you're just going to walk. Now at this point you can see that I want to keep my back straight. When I start getting lower, I'm going to use my quad muscles, so I'm going to do like this, which is basically the duck walk when you were a kid, but it's real important to stick your chest out so that your back remains straight, and then use these muscles. It'll look like this. Now, once I get to the very bottom, it's important to wrap the skid. It gives you a real good perception when it arrives at the end user, at the customer, that this product was wrapped properly. So what you're going to do is if you can afford yourself a few extra inches, step out a little bit, put this on the ground, and it's okay to drag it across the ground. Again, continuing to have the magnets pointing backward, I'm going to use these leg muscles, stick my chest out, and I'm going to lean on it as a crutch, so I'm supporting 0 weight whatsoever. If you go around 2 times, you'll see how low you're able to get on the pallet. Okay, you can see I'm able to get down in the bottom. I'm about that far from the ground. Now, to break it off, what you're going to do is you're going to come right past the corner. You're going to take your finger and you're just going to poke it right through the middle. Okay? Then you're going to take your thumb and you're going to rip down, you're going to rip up, and then you have a good tail that's not going to come out. So that's the correct way to wrap a pallet. It's safe, it's secure, and it's efficient.